the bench is now cleaned. Check it out, looking good. Twin hammers sitting pretty over there. Now, what I wanted to talk to you all today is about this. There is a YouTube channel called FliteTest, F-L-I-T-E test. Those guys over there, about 3 years ago, released a video series build called their H Quad. And so a friend of mine attempted to do this build. The only issue with that is he kind of lost interest in it, and so he knew I was into RCs. He attempted this build probably about a year ago, did really well, bought all the materials for it, except for the motors. He said that they were out of the motors that FliteTest used, so he purchased different motors. Now, I went ahead and bought the motors that FliteTest used, which those are there. And the ones that he used are these here. Sorry the camera's a little shaky trying to hold it, do this all at the same time. Don't have a tripod with me right now. These motors are 750 RPM, kilovolts, whatever, per volts that you put to it. The shaft here is 8/32, so I have some 8/32 lock nuts I'm going to use to keep the blades on. My buddy, he purchased these, still a brushless motor, but they're 1600 kilovolt outrunners. If you all can think of a project where I can use these motors, it'd be great. The shafts are flat. I mean, they don't have any teeth on them, any grooves, or any place to set props on. So that's what these motors are, but for right now, looks like I'm gonna have to put the new motors on the quad, obviously, and then get the ESCs set up, which he purchased the correct ESCs. Here we are. These are the Turnigy Plush 30 amp ESCs. So yeah, planning on running this thing on a 3S LiPo, but for right now, let's get these motors installed. Need to drill a pilot hole. Because I decided to use 8/32 hardware as well, just because I already had a box of 8/32 stop nuts, and this is going to go through our mounting brackets very nicely. So here we go. Get this hardware installed. We should be good to go here in a minute. My last thing, guys, that I need to worry about is my transmitter. I know I haven't showed you that yet, but in case you're wondering, it's going to be a Turnigy 9X transmitter and receiver. You can see the receiver right here already. It is 8-channel. It is a dual stick. It's designed for aircraft. I think this will be a fun project. I've never owned a quadcopter before. Well, I mean, I have, but they've all been like little toy grade ones. They haven't been, I don't know, something of this size. So it should be interesting. Should be a good fun build. I'm fairly decent with electronics. I know you all have seen some of our trailer builds. I like soldering. It's pretty fun. It's like welding. but you're using wire, welding wire together. That hole's a little crooked, but that's all right. So, I'm not gonna bore you. Why don't we speed this up? Now that the mounts are on there, as you can see, we'll get in here close. On either side, there is a 1.5 millimeter and a 1.5 millimeter set screw. We're getting some better light. All right, it holds onto that collar on the bottom side of the motor. So it's a pretty slick way to do it. I will put some blue Loctite down there to make sure that those hold in, because I don't want these motors spinning off whenever I got this thing up in the air. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get these motors, well, actually, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and set the motors in there for right now, and then get the ESCs, and get those wires hooked where I need them to go, and get them routed. Here's the placement for 2 of the ESCs and the motor wires. Now keep in mind that this quad is upside down right now, so, and that cover there, that long black one with the holes in it, will be covering up the ESCs. It will screw to the chassis. Just wanted to give you an idea of how it's going to look. And I think for this video we're going to have to call it quits, because my wife is calling me to come inside to give her a hand with the baby. And don't forget to subscribe to BrothersRC to keep up to date with all of our, what would you call them? I wouldn't even call them projects. I would call them antics and fun, because that's all we do here, is just have nothing but fun here at BrothersRC. Thanks guys. See y'all.